Weekly's weak. So might as well put some lines in here, right? Looking for something like this. Then we'll see. AMD. I don't know. Let's see. Daily. I mean, it's consolidating. It's got divergence. It could go lower. I don't really have an opinion on it though. It's kind of wedging, which I don't really like. It's doing this. So you could go up, but around here I can kind of look down. Let's look higher. Cancel out some noise. I mean, this is healthy, I guess. It looks like it's resetting, so it could go a little bit higher. I don't really see a problem yet until we get below. Let me put a line here. If we get below that yellow line, not good. So stay above. Put some notes down. Okay, we'll revisit this one. Google. Weekly. Daily. Yeah. Yeah, this looks like it wants to come down, especially because it closed below the 10. So maybe something like that. NVDA, start back up, higher time frame. Monthly. Ooh. That's a retest. That's a retest. So close to the pivot. I mean the resistance point. Let me see. I think this might work better without the fib filter. All right. So that's something to watch though. So NVIDIA potentially a top weekly. I don't want to call it top though. This is testing. I don't really see much of a problem. It needs to stay above this though. Right there. Stay above to continue trend. What is this? Oh, Walmart. I don't really trade this one either. It's retesting the 10 simple. This seems constructive. It seems okay. We're at a monthly. Let's see, can I go 3 months?
Yeah, there's a pretty big price gap, I think, on Thursday or Friday. It was like a $10 gap drop.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
What's this?
This is daily
Walmart.
Walmart. Yeah.
Nice.
It's not good, but it's not bad. Oh, well, that is bad. Oh, shit. Oh, bleep that out. I'm looking for that, but this will be the breaking point, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at that, but yeah, it's kind of iffy, but on the monthly it seems okay. Let me think about that. Daily. Negative bounce, but if this doesn't stay, I mean, potentially you could be looking at something like this. Potentially, but this needs to regain this line in order to continue an uptrend, because this is kind of channeling, I guess. But yeah, so let's look at that. BYND. Man, this thing with options is ridiculous.
What's that?
Beyond Meat.
Oh.
Last year with options was just ridiculous with this.
How's it get an IPO so fast?
Everything
The
is.
company's like less than 2 years old, right?
Yeah. All right. So IPO companies. I'll put this out there. I don't want to look at anything that's less than 6 months. Ideally more than. Ideally more than 10 years, but ideally more than a year of data. But less than 6 months is garbage. When you look at an IPO, typically what happens is that if the price goes straight up, it tends to drop like 50%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you look at what was it? I was looking at this company INUV.
Yeah.
So they had a price spike like maybe a week or two ago from like it tripled basically. It was a penny stock though. It went from like 50 cents to $1.50. But it's kind of pathetic if you look at the year, because the IPO was $60 or something close to that. And then within a couple of years, not even, it just plummeted, down to under $1. So.
Oh, my favorite, I think it wasn't Levi. What was the other one? Not Uber. What's the other one?
Lyft.
Yeah, Lyft. Yeah, that one just dropped. I caught this for a loss, but I think I like go around here because I wasn't sure if it was doing like a bear flag. But where it opened, right there, so it dropped. You got the 80%.
Yeah, I mean, it almost seems like, and this is just speculation again, but it would be wiser if it's not a huge company, because I mean, a lot of these brokerages are allowing you to buy into these IPOs before they even actually come out on the market. Like you can kind of like pre-order, if you will. It almost makes sense to just short them right out the gun, right out the gate. There's certain. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's all risk, right? But like, there's certain things, if there's like a ton of hype around it, like Facebook when it first came out, I don't remember what it was. I think it was in $30, $36 range. I don't remember.
Oh my god, I'm laughing at this Jamie.
Yeah.
Look at this Jamie. What? Jamie.
It's so stupid though.
I mean,
good for those that profited off of it, but.
I mean, you technically had this is what I mean with technical. It's like you could have played this on a technical basis, but I wasn't watching any of this. I can't even say that. But you technically had a wedge just waiting to be broken.
Alex,
oh man, even a smaller one here. So you got like a wedge waiting to be broken, and your target probably would have been like something like this around here. But this is just insane. You could have wrote it though.
Yeah.
You bought, so the break here, you would have bought around 6 something. And excuse me, you could have made $24 out of your $6 investment, but obviously much more than that. It's just oh my god. It's just insane.
It's pretty ridiculous.
So where were we on this? Oh, Beyond Meat, right? So what are predictions on that? I hate predictions. All right, so what are we doing here? Channeling? Yeah, somewhat. Little downside, but it's looking okay. So maybe to around there. Let's take this out. I mean, it's not good. 121, somewhere around here. I mean, if you're bearish, you're looking here. but because of the IPO thing that we were talking about,
Yeah.
I mean, you could say you're going down here, but we gotta see. I'm gonna say IPO potential.
This definitely seems like a company anyway that's going to get bought out by a conglomerate like Kraft or something. Either that or they'll just not Kraft. I don't know what's I don't know some company that'll just probably buy them out.
Jesus, I think I shorted Kraft last year. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's got a resurgent shoulders, sort of. So you're probably looking up here.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kraft.
Kraft.
Daily.
I like mac and cheese.
Look at this shit, man. Bleep that out. Like you get a bought around here easily. You got an expanding wedge here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's hear some hate on this. There you go. Boom. That's my target. Right at the 200, wherever that is. So I'm looking at 46, something like that. So maybe $10, $8 to $10 more. So yeah, depending on where it lands, but yeah, especially close above here, you might get something like this. Just consolidation here until a break. Then you're gonna hit another point here. Small stop down, and this will probably curl down here. And this is where it rejects. And then we'll see what happens. But at that point, I mean, again, this is just speculation. At that point, you're building a rising wedge. Beautiful. Which we'll see what happens. But if it breaks up, it'll be nice. You're targeting up here. If it breaks down, well, goodbye. But yeah, we'll see. I'll leave it at that. GME, dead until $18. Come at me. Let me see. For real now, because I like GME. It's volatile. Well, right now it's squeezing, but I think it broke a squeeze actually. But it's volatile, so it's good for options. Weekly is garbage. Daily is horrible. Oh my god, what the fuck? Bleep that out. Just about everything. Jesus, this is a bad stock. Saving grace. I don't know. $18. Let me go back to the week. I hope people are enjoying your sound effects. Well, this is relevant right here. Historically, something like this.
That's ridiculous.
Good God. Yeah. I mean, it's got to retest.
Just throw it in the garbage.
I can't. 6 months. 6 months is bullshit. I mean, it's saved it, I guess, but short time frame, it looks like dog poop. This is sort of constructive, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But how much longer do you have? You have 38 days. You have a month left. All right, so here's what I say. Up, down, and then we'll talk. But I think $18 possibly. If that doesn't hold, I'm not even looking at this. But we'll see. But there is some upside potential coming just because of the strength is increasing here. We are coming to a test area. I think this is yeah. So the bands are coming to play soon. So this is going to be somewhere around here. You could, if this holds, you could offer potential for divergence and then maybe some downside. But I am looking for a short term, a couple of weeks maybe, because I'm looking at monthly. Some upside just to test this 10 simple, but the upside is kind of limited if you consider this ginormous dildo in front of your face right now. Two of them. I know.
Whoa.
Don't get excited.
Intense.
Yeah. So the next point, so you have these projections. That's what the P's mean.
Yeah.
Projection P's. It's 47 and change. Kind of blocked it with that. All right, somewhere around there. Let's look at how relevant it is on a lower time frame. Come on, give me price. And I need to lower this down to make it bigger. Jeez, your resistance are like all over the place. Jeez.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. It's GameStop.
It's a challenge. But I'm looking for downside. So maybe a retest of the 21 break. But the fact that we didn't even bounce off of it, it does leave some.
I don't think this one's up for TA, man. This is all Twitter, Reddit. I mean.
Yeah, but even the breakout was technical. It's just the target was just stupid.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you get to something that goes ham like this. You know, you overshoot your targets. Anyway, so all right, so wrap this one up. I'm thinking a little bit more upside, but we need to get above the 21 exponential in the weekly to see more upside into potentially the 70s, but you are limited on the upside. You have resistance around the mid to high 40s. AMC, garbage. It only goes down.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's take that one off.
There's another wedge scenario thing, which is nice. All right, I'll take this one. I don't know. Hold on. Let's give it a chance. All right, you know what? I'll pay attention to this when this crosses. Okay, because you do have a slight divergence here, which is bullish, but this needs to cross, which means look back next month. So look for, hold me to it. If that crosses, I'll buy some. Look for for giggles.
Yeah.
For DM, look for DM cross to the upside. What is wrong with my keyboard? Cross to the upside for entry. 1 month out. So that means that once this crosses, we're going to get a down spike. So if this closes near the 10 simple here on a 3-month, which is a quarterly, we'll expect 1 to 2 months down. So maybe around $4, maybe something like that. That's just speculation. So that's your entry. So once this crosses, it offers you an entry afterwards. So that's interesting. See how this one crossed up and is squeezing. Jeez, this is technical. This is what I mean. Like, technical analysis is going to show you before you see the news. Because if you think about it, the news are triggered after somebody else took the move, right?
Yeah, right.
You're going to see that price action move before you hear the news. So you don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. So follow the money. So you had this squeeze in volatility. You see how the bands here down here are squeezing down. and now you're popping out. This is bullish, I hate to say. At least for that move. And when you create these big wicks, if you're a healthy asset, you tend to revisit it to create more liquidity.
Yeah.
It's a side note. This is so technical. I love it. BA. Do I need to put targets on this? There you go. If you want to be bullish, you need to hold this. Let's hold. Yes, I can't type. Hold this range area. Right there. Okay. Baba. Baba's looking okay, I guess. Oof. I mean, not enough data, but that's not promising.
Yeah. Expecting a drop.
Yeah, but it's the quarterly, so it could take a couple of months. So this could do one of these. Just over and under.
Yeah, never should. Well, it seems to, when it does drop below the slow, it seems to be a little more parallel. It's not like these massive dips.
Yeah. I guess the only concerning thing. So price needs to stay above this area in order for the 10 simple, you can see the red dots, hopefully.
Yeah.
To curl up to create something like this, or even this would be okay. Yeah, see how the price was above this zone here when it crossed down? That's not a bearish signal. This is just consolidation. When the price is below it, but it meets up to the cross, that's bearish. Like this right here, see how the price fell below it, but it crossed? That's not bearish. That's an opportunity. Same thing if it goes above it and it comes back down. That's bullish. That's bullish. This is just an opportunity. Yeah, anyway. So what are we seeing here? I'm just watching this. I keep an eye on that. That's the 2 week. Let's go to the weekly. Why did I go to 2 week for? Well, we got above the bearish zone, so that's good. This is potentially crossing up. So let's see. Go to here. This is a tough one. So Baba. All right, so let's say this. Above 271. Targeting 290 plus below. What's below? Below 270. Basically where we're at. So 251, 250, 248, something like that. Yeah, I'd be targeting basically where the cross is. Why do I keep doing that? Targeting 251. All right. Thanks. Ooh, that's not a good candle. This is what you're in?
No. I made money on this one. I just did it. This is like one of my day trades last week. I was just curious about it because it it's still showing as a top performer this week or within the past 5 days, but I think overall it just had like a temporary spike and then it just went to crap again.
It dropped 100% since IPO.
That's what I was saying. This one, that's the one that I was looking at that I think it started out at like close to $50 or $60.
I think that's your top though. Yeah, you're forming that that gap. Yeah, I think that might be your top for now. For now, let's look at daily. Daily, that's your exit right there. You need to stay above the 377 on a daily.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so
I think it's junk.
So just to be clear, it's a lot of different strategies that people can have, and I think it's ill-advised to close your eyes or ears on one or the other. I am open to different strategies, and I have tried many. That's just what seems to work for me. It may not work for you or someone else. So let's be constructive if you do have a comment on what I'm doing or how I'm doing things, because we're here to learn. So just something I want to put out there. This is not foretelling the future. It's just a probability.
Is your algorithm or indicator on the bottom, the one, your secret sauce down there, that's similar to an alligator?
An alligator?
Yeah, have you ever heard of the alligator indicator? It was news to me, so I looked it up, and what it is it's 3 trend lines. So I'm assuming you're not familiar, or?
I'm not.
It's 3. They're not really trend lines, or maybe they're trend lines, I guess, but there's 3 lines. It's blue, red, and green. The blue is representing the jaws, which are more wider. Actually, well, don't quote me on this. I'm not really too familiar with this yet. Let me look it up just so I'm not over speaking. But it's jaws, teeth, and lips. I know it sounds weird, but they
this right here, what I have in front of me, it just looks like moving averages. Let's take a look at the source code.
Yeah. So it's saying.
Yeah, it's using moving averages.
It's Fibonacci numbers set at 5, 8, and 13 periods.
Yep. That's it right here. It's using. So this is the code for the Williams alligator. You have you're using simple moving averages. Looks like the 13, 8, 5, and then there's a 3 for the lips, and then all you're doing is high, low divided by 2. So you're doing an average. Okay. And then you're just plotting it. Yeah, it's just a moving average. See how everything's based on that, and that's also based on price.
Yeah.
So it's similar to a moving average. That's interesting. So I'm assuming that when things converge, you're about to move. It's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, once it gets together, there's going to be a move coming that's volatile. Converging, move coming. So, I mean, based on this, you probably go down to test the alligator lips. Anyway, I'll play around with that, but I don't know what I'm looking at, to be honest. But I mean, actually, let's put that on top of this. So I don't know how to use this alligator lip thing, whatever you want to call it, but I am looking for at least a move down to the 10 simple, where that may be. So maybe around this area right here. So I may match with the alligator lip thing, but that is my 10 simple. I'm looking at this, so you could potentially look to retest up here and see if that does anything, but potentially just go straight down. Because if you look at the higher time frames, I mean, it's just garbage, especially that candle. And this is the weekly, which we closed. Okay, maybe I'll take that back. Actually, do I want to? I don't know if I want to. You could do something like that. But I don't know if it's gonna get above this 89 exponential.
Probably
You know
not.
what? I will move this up. It needs to stay above this. And then we have an uptrend. Then I'll be interested. It's kind of how I played uranium. It's U. No, not that yet. This one's doing the divergence thing potentially. But yeah, so let's go back to this. Yeah, no, okay. I'm just trying to see what I was gonna say. Set that on. That's also a hot one. This one had some fundamentals to it, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, see right there. So it needs to stay, this monthly needs to stay above D89. And then I'm looking for a retest for potentially more upside. However, we just reached the target for the long, which is this cluster right here. Pretty much tapped it. So we are looking for some downside potentially soon. Okay. So this may have topped, but I want to see this come into the box.
Yeah.
So,
It looks like there was a potential for it because the wick goes up there, but I guess it got pushed back from the sellers.
Yeah. So potential top. But I don't want to call it. You don't want to call it top. JP Morgan. Weekly up. Monthly tiny bit up. Like this here. Yeah, let's go big. Oof. Yep. There's a top coming. Very close. But see, this is why I wanted to go on the high time frames to a bunch of different stocks, because it looks like things are coming to some kind of ending point. It doesn't mean that there's going to be doom. It just means that we're looking for a retrace, which could offer some opportunities. So that's all I'm looking for. I'm not saying that we're gonna die. But yeah, this on the yearly doesn't look good. This needs to pop up. Oh, interesting. It's a decent read. I want this to go high because the bands are still going up, but there's not enough data here, surprisingly. 6 months. 6 months looks up. Looks like something like that. 3 months, that's a quarterly. Up. Again, retesting this. Could be making and expanding. We'll see what happens. As far as that, monthly, still looking up there. If this breaks, all right, let's look at this. 150 breaks on a close. I can say on a weekly close. Looking for $10 higher. Okay. Yes, I put the dollar symbol after. Sue me. Okay. No, that's 2 weeks. Give me crypto. Yeah, so I'm looking for a little bit more upside. I want to see this break. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. Kind of interesting. Just drawing lines here. All right, SOS. What the hell? Monthly. Oh, beautiful. This was your entry right there. Damn. Weekly. See, in crypto, you see this a lot, and I don't understand why people trade it. It's just opportunity elsewhere. It just makes no sense. This is a downtrend. It's not good. I think this is potentially done. Daily's coming down. Yeah, I think it might be done.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looking for the 10 simple. Maybe a little. I know why this is green. Guess my mouse just wants to be bullish. Maybe something like that, but we'll see. The UUU potential top. We'll leave it at that. Anything else? Any other tickets?
Not for now. I think that's good.
Here's a nice pattern, and keep an eye on it because this could offer a good opportunity. Yes, right here. I'll take this out. Let's do this. This one has some potential. But my line still stands. You need to stay above that. But I am bullish with this. This one could offer potential of 2 targets. If you are bullish, you're looking there. If you are retardedly bullish, a bull target, there you go. Looking over there, something like that. Let's see your projections. Does it show anything? Let's go up to 3 months, maybe. Yep. And save out. Okay, perfect. So looking at these 2 targets right there. I did something like this in, was it NVDA? No, was it? No, it wasn't NVIDIA. I had something like this on one of the Netflix. Netflix was a good play. I didn't want to share my original charts, but this was my play that I was watching for weeks. It was like watching paint dry. a similar stance. I was looking for this to break to the upside, and I was just moving averages. And what to say about this? So I ignored this dip because it was the illness. This is back in March of last year.
Yeah.
I just ignore that because that was too exaggerated. If anything, I just loaded up a little bit more. But around here, right in the median, I didn't expect to go lower than that. But my stop loss was below the wedge. This was for a long play. It hit the target. I was conservative, and this is where I got out. Right there. It went up a little bit, came back down. I just didn't bother with this because it's too much chop. But I think this did hit the bigger target.
I mean, fundamentally, it makes sense also.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's stuck at home. Of course, the streaming services will go up. You know, certain services are going to go up.
Yeah. But the way that this played out is my point to this though is you have a formation, you got your targets. This is how I'm expecting. Not expecting. Sorry, that's predictions. This is what I'm looking for in NVIDIA.
Yeah.
And the fact that we are consolidating here is a good sign. So keep an eye on that one. It needs to stay above that yellow though. All right. I think I'll leave it at that.